There's something you've always suspected about reality. There's something that you've always questioned deep inside of you. What is this reality? Who are we truly? What is real? And so you keep going and seeking, searching and finding, discovering, believing, knowing, confirming. And every step of the way, you're deconstructing everything you ever thought, and at the same time confirming everything that you've ever thought. You realize there are no coincidences, but you see patterns everywhere. And then you get surprised. You connect the dots. You feel the presence. You hear the voices inside of you, outside of you. Where are they coming from? Welcome. You created this moment, and we heard your call. We created this moment, and we knew you were coming. Welcome to the Mystics, your portal, your friends, as we guide you, as we accompany you into the unknown, becoming the known, and what you knew, being reconsidered, being blown apart, put back together 1,000,000 times over. This is the ascension. This is the dropping in. This is everything. And we're here for it, with you. I'm Riz Mirza, psychic medium, shaman, trance channel, locksmith of the soul. Let's open the doors.
And I'm Lady O, intuitive empath, reprogrammer of the mind, the soul, and the heart to live a better, more peaceful life. Welcome to Psychic Pizza Party.
Express. Trance Europe Express. Trance Europe Express. Trance Europe Express.
not unmute us. I did not unmute us.
That's what happens when we move all the equipment into our living room.
Hey, guys. Well, we found out.
Pizza party day.
Yeah. Well, no, they're going to get sound in a second because they're on a minute delay. You guys didn't miss anything. We were just telling you that we're always starving when it was Psychic Sundays are over. We're always starving. And so we're just like ravished afterwards because it's dinner time. And so we thought we'd just have dinner with you guys.
And
you hang out with us.
I know. And then we were having pizza after the last Psychic Sundays. And then we're like, wouldn't it be cool if we could have pizza with you guys? Like one day we'll do a retreat and there'll be like several hundred people and we'll do a giant dance party, pizza party. Yeah. And we're like, oh, okay, one day we'll do that. And then we were like, too bad we can't do that now.
Why wait?
We were like, you know what? Let's just do it like this. So
welcome. You guys, so we're going to tell you what we are eating. So first of all, this is Fresh Brothers, and this is...
Is Fresh Brothers national?
I don't know.
Do you guys know what Fresh Brothers is?
It's cauliflower crust, vegan cheese, and vegan pepperonis.
Mine is not vegan.
I'm going to go first.
Even though you're not a vegan, you're lactose intolerant. You shall tolerate no lactose in your life.
I tolerate no lactose.
It's lactose intolerance.
It's yummy.
In your kingdom.
What are you guys snacking on right now? You guys better have your snacks. You better be cozy.
Yeah,
you got to get ready because we're going to chill and we're going to have all kinds of fun, mystical conversations.
Get your blanket. I got my blanket. Yeah. I pulled out my Believe in Magic blanket.
Love it.
You like it?
Yeah.
You know what it is that every year at Christmas, people go, well, what do you get? Hopefully your favorite psychic medium. Right. So I have probably a warehouse full of crystals. And then after a certain number of years, then the kids will ask you, what do we get him? And we always have this list that goes around. But somehow I always get a blanket, which I love. But I've got this blanket. I've got wizard blankets. I've got Gandalf blankets, Lord of the Ring blankets, Captain Crunch blankets, Scooby-Doo blankets. Yep. So I think I'm going to pull out a different blanket every time. That'll be my thing. So today is my Believe in Magic blanket.
So how are you guys liking this new look? We're totally different in this whole environment. This is totally different.
Actually, kind of
this is like our real life, right?
Yeah.
So, what did you get? Tell me what kind of pizza you got.
This is the barbecue chicken pizza from CPK.
Well, that's my second favorite.
With a cauliflower crust.
Is that dairy cheese?
Yep.
Well, I can't have it.
I'm an A positive blood type, so I can have dairy.
Not fair.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you guys like our intro? So let me tell you guys about the songs we picked. Those songs, you guys don't understand. We grew up with that. And I'm sure you guys did too. I saw Jen said that she was listening. I think it was Jen said she was listening to, what was the name of that band again?
Kraftwerk?
Yeah, today. And some people probably never heard of it. But we love 80s music still.
Jam. I'm amazed that somebody was playing Kraftwerk today.
Yeah.
That's really cool. If you guys know who Kraftwerk was, but if you're into electronic music, they are the godfathers. They are the ones who created it all in the mid 70s in Germany. And so you should look them up, Kraftwerk, W-E-R-K. And that was sampled in a lot of hip hop songs over the years.
It was. Well, right. I'm just reading what people are doing. So we have somebody with tea. We got people cozy. We have snacks going on. There's somebody's cooking up, Melody's cooking up some ginger chicken soup with tons of green veggies. Yay. We're all going to eat together? Is that what's happening? Okay. So we have Colleen's having red pepper artichoke hearts with olive oil. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So Renee is having a poke bowl for dinner and the brownies and coffee. Ice cream. Oh, and Erica's here, by the way, you guys. So, Erica, tell us what's going on with people and what are you seeing over here?
Well, everybody's eating. We're all having dinner together at
awesome
party, which is super fun. And Raimi says, I love Kraftwerk.
Yes. Our internet looks like it's a little bit spotty, isn't it? See how it's like flashing in and out?
Is it?
Yeah. So we're going to be eating. We're going to be eating while we're talking to you guys. So in case you're new to our show, we are a mystic psychic podcast, and we talk about all things metamystic, all things metaphysical, mystical, psychic, transcendental, dimensional, timeline jumping, We talk about everything you guys can imagine. We even get into like your soul growth. We talk about what you're doing in your ascension process and how you're feeling. We do psychic mediumship, of course. So let's introduce ourselves. I am intuitive empath, Lady O.
And I'm psychic medium, trance channel shaman, Riz the Wiz. And we are here to unlock whatever is locked up over there on your side of the world, your side of the fence.
And also, you know what we're here to do beside unlocking? You know, I just realized we're also here. We're also here to say hello and that we are here with you. So even if you just want comfort, even if you just need to feel, you know, that you have friends that are sitting here with you, that are in your court, in your corner, got your back, know what you're feeling, know what you're going through, help you connect a few dots here and there. That is our total joy to be able to do that.
Thing to do on a Sunday night. You got the whole week ahead of you guys.
Yeah.
And how you're going into your week. There's a reason why we do it on Sundays, is because this is where you can set intentions. You know, I just realized, I don't know if a lot of people know that Sunday being the day of the sun, Monday being the day of the moon.
Right.
Right. And there's reasons why we have, and Thursday is for the god of thunder, Thor's day. Look up the rest. Freya is Friday.
I love that. I love that we're still having Viking mythology and we take it very seriously. I have to go to work on Monday. And the whole time we're talking about gods.
On Moon's Day.
And we don't realize that there's gods under our feet, in the air around us.
Yeah. And then Saturday is Saturn's Day.
I love that.
Right.
And Jupiter? Wasn't that something?
Jupiter? I don't know. I don't know if Jupiter.
What was Jupiter? Wasn't Jupiter a day? No? I thought it was.
I don't
Okay.
remember. Yeah.
So we're living in that day to day. We say these words for the days of the week.
Yes.
And a few weeks ago on January, I think it was our New Year's podcast, I was telling you guys that January 1st is not the real new year. The real new year is in March, when spring bursts forth. And our ancestors knew this, and logic will tell you this, that the new year couldn't possibly start when it's the dead of winter. It would be when nature is bursting forth into newness.
Right.
So March 21st, 22nd. And that's the reason, guys, why it's so hard to keep your New Year's resolution. You do not have the force of the universe.
Yeah, because you're still underground
behind you. So you don't have that force behind you. So because you're still supposed to lay low. So don't worry right now that you haven't started the new year off with a bang. I know a lot is going on, but the things that you want to accomplish, wait till right around another 2 weeks and start setting your intentions and then work with that springtime energy.
Well, while we were sitting here waiting to start, and I'm noticing our internet's kind of jumping around. While we were waiting to start, I was tuning in and I was like downloading and I was like, what is the topic I want to talk about today that's coming to me? And it's been kind of going around my head over and over. I want to talk about timeline jumping. I want to explain what timeline jumping is to those of you who don't know, and what it feels like to have a collective consciousness do a timeline jump. So let's talk about the individual. Do you mind if I chat a little bit about this? Okay. All right. So timeline jumping. So first of all, you have to understand what a timeline is. So let's say you are able to visually kind of look into your future and you kind of see a vague idea of kind of like your patterns or like where it's going. You kind of have an idea of like, if you stay in the same job or if you stay in that same city and you keep doing your same patterns and routines, good, bad, and the ugly, right? It's neutral, but you just keep doing the same thing. You kind of pretty much have an idea of the outcome of where it's kind of going to end up, unless some big major event happens that your higher self called in. But other than that, overall, you're on your own timeline. It's a timeline. So what happens is there comes a point where sometimes people start to feel cramped, suffocating in their timeline, in their current path. And they're like, I can't move. I can't breathe. I can't express. I can't be myself. I feel like I need more information, or I need different kinds of friends, or I need a different environment, or I need a different job or something. Like you start to feel this like itch to like jump. You want to like go somewhere and you don't know what to do. So you create something in your life. Sometimes it's easy and you create it very, very simply. And sometimes you throw a ton of tantrums and cry and scream and yell and kick, but you eventually make a move. in making that move, let's say it's a big move. Let's say it's like, I'm going to be extreme just for this example. It's like if you move to another country, okay, and you take your whole family with you, and now your kids are being, let's say it's France, and your kids are now being raised in France, going to a French school, learning French. So you just jumped timelines and created a new timeline. So now you're creating a new path, and the generations that are going to come from that, so that means your grandkids or like your great grandkids or any of your, it's your own personal life and everybody in your life that's affected is going to be changed. So you change, it's kind of like changing the freeway. So now you're on a different freeway. And so now you're on a new timeline. Okay. So that was a timeline jump, right? So now you're cruising along in your new life, and unrecognizable maybe to some people back home. Maybe you travel back home in a year or two and go say hello to people and they don't recognize you. They're like, you're so different, and you learned French, and your kids are so different, and they'll look, they're doing this, this, and the other, where that would have never happened if you stayed put where you were. Now, collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is when groups of people, 5 people, 10 people, 5,000 people, 5 million people, all collectively do a timeline jump. See, if you guys are hearing about the shift that's going on right now, and you see it all over, like the great shift, everyone's shifting. So basically what's happening is collectively people are doing a timeline jump. So everybody together is going, okay, things have to change, good, bad, and the ugly, because it's really messy, obviously. So we're doing a jump together. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. Some people are kicking and screaming. Some people love it and are swimming happy. But what's happening is there's a timeline jump. So Riz and I, we like to stay neutral in these conversations. We don't take sides for a reason, because we're on the sidelines and we're actually kind of giving you like a referee kind of situation. We're like showing you the plays. So basically what's happening right now is we're going through a dimensional shift, and we're in a new timeline. Also, the vibration is affected. So if everybody's feeling, let's say you're down in the dumps and you're really sluggish, and then you move to France and your vibration raises and you're happy, all of a sudden you raise the vibration of everyone in your house and your kids and yourself, and your health gets better and whatever, everything starts to feel better. So you raise the vibration as well. So that can also happen. And there's variations off of this. Do you want to say anything about that?
I mean, I've been thinking about timelines for a while now. Maybe on separate timelines. Oh, I had deja vu while I was saying that. I'm getting all wrapped up.
Wait, did you really have deja vu right now?
No, I didn't. But I'm just trying to make a joke about like how
I was getting excited for a second.
You know how people talk about the Mandela effect?
Yes. Explain the Mandela effect.
You're explaining it in a very practical way, which is totally great. But I think that a lot of people have thinking of timeline jumping in a much more metaphysical way. So I can take what you said as like,
how Riz corrects me all the time. It's so fun.
No, but it's
I love it.
I want to know the difference between, and I'm actually saying this is not an area I've explored a lot.
Okay. So in addition to my view, you have a separate view.
No, because I'm hearing different things from different people. And I think there's while we are creating in the physical, there is something metaphysical happening, or there's something metaphysical happening, meaning stuff we don't perceive yet. And then slowly we get hints, we sniff it, we sense it, and then we make a physical change.
Right.
So I thought in the metaphysical definition, like the way you described it was like, you make a change. Okay, I'm going to move to France. I'm changing my life for the better. A lot of people will read that and go, and I want to go deeper on this, guys, with you. Is they might look at that and go, okay, so I made a change, but how is that changing my time? That's just changing my future, or that's me just doing what I want to do. Isn't there something else more magical, like with regards to like the Mandela effect and like timeline jumping? Are we actually switching realities? So one of the things that the spirit guides have said through channeling is that there was let's say tonight you almost didn't come to watch this show. You were like, oh, I got to go. Maybe I'll go out to dinner, or I'll go do this other thing, and I'll catch Riz and Araya next week. Excuse me. The guides have said that there's a part of you that actually doesn't watch the show tonight. That there's a version of you, like a hologram or another reality, another dimension, where that timeline occurs with not as much velocity and power.
Yeah.
It eventually fades off.
I definitely didn't get into that part of the conversation.
So that's what I'm curious about. Is that also timeline jumping?
Yes.
Okay, so can
Yes.
you break that down?
Yes. First, I need to address how you said that I didn't say it in a metaphysical, mystical way. So let me explain. The reason that I am saying it the way I'm saying it is for those of you who are new to the whole arena of mysticism and metaphysical conversations. It's good to get a kind of a foundational understanding of what it means to raise your vibration, what it means to timeline jump. And this is just kind of the first stages. And there's many, many, many stages that come with it, including multidimensional realities, multidimensional living, understanding yourself as a multidimensional human being, having conversations with other beings in other dimensions, and all of that comes into play. But first, you need to understand the basics, and that's why I'm so practical in the way I say it. And it's like the mom in me always likes to address like the foundation so people understand. So, but if you want to talk more about, do you want to talk about multidimensional living?
I do.
Yeah.
We're just starting in strong, aren't we? We're getting in there with some, yeah.
All right. I'm going to take a stab at it. I'm doing this live with you guys because I haven't had time to, in my own timeline, think about timelines. Where have I... Okay. I notice this more in dreams.
Uh-huh.
Many times I'll dream something that's this reality, but there's just something slightly different.
Yeah, it's like not Earth.
Okay, so
it's like Earth 2 or Earth 3.
I do this this exercise with people in my shamanic work. There'll be a big mirror on the wall over there, and I'll ask them to start looking in the mirror, not necessarily at themselves, just in the mirror, but the entire room that they can see in that mirror. And if you've got a mirror in your house, across the other side of the room, do this. In that mirror, imagine you can see yourself watching the show. Maybe you see a reflection of the computer screen of the TV. And imagine that you're looking through a window into another dimension. And there's another version of you, but it's no longer a mirror. You're actually looking in. And there's a version of you walking around, and everything is reversed. And the room extends further than it actually does in this reality. That's kind of like how dimensions are. And when we dream, sometimes the dream world is just slightly different than this one, where we'll say, hey, you were in my dream, but you weren't you. And we were in my mom's house, but it wasn't my mom's house. And yet everything, all the working rules of engagement of life, like this is a solid table and that's a solid chair and I have skin and I can see, all of those things are real and exactly the same in that dream. So some people have theorized that there are different points in time where one reality ended, and we collective consciousness, wanting things to change, literally shifted the entire timeline of the Earth, and we are actually in a different dimension right now than we were, let's say, in 1985 or 1987, which was a very big year metaphysically, was called the year of the harmonic convergence. Ooh, we're getting deep today.
Yeah, we went in strong.
It must be something in the barbecue chicken pizza. Must be the red onions.
Yeah, because as soon as I started to like go into like what I thought was gonna be a deep topic, Riz was like, you didn't go deep enough, so we're just gonna go deeper. And then you just start going down into the depths.
Let's say hi to people.
So the Wi-Fi is very spotty, even though we're right next to the modem, which is really crazy. So people are, all over. They're coming from all over, but that was past. I don't want to like scroll all the way back, but I want to let you guys know what you are able to do with us tonight. So questions. Okay. Number one, psychic mediumship questions. If you have psychic mediumship questions for Riz, you can ask and Erica will select and she will make sure that your super chat is answered. And you can ask any question about your loved one and even a pet who has crossed. You give your first name and their first name. And is there anything else that you want to hear?
I think they know the rules. Or
there's new people that don't know the rules.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. So for questions, we have two different kinds of super chats. A $50 super chat, we will ask your question next. A $20 super chat, you will have your question answered during the broadcast. We still take free questions. We get to those that we can during the live, and we also are still doing spirit shout outs.
Now, if you ask me any question, it's on the house. You can ask me a question about your energy field, your inner dialogue, like your ascension symptoms. You can talk to me about how you are processing your environment, whether it's domestic or societal. I can help you understand how to kind of reprogram your belief system so that you can have a better, easier time on this planet and you can have more fun, obviously. And also, I help with like weird sensations. We don't give health advice. However, if there's something that can be answered with understanding energy and how your body is receiving frequencies and energy and how it's moving, we will explain what we know about that. And for those of you who are also new, we are shamans for over 15 years, and we work with the public. We do international retreats. We go to Mount Shasta, Sedona, Egypt. Now we're going to Glastonbury. We've been to Ireland, India many times. So did I say Sedona? So,
And we're going to Japan in a few weeks.
And Japan, which we're leaving for a cherry blossom.
Going to all of these places around the earth. Guys, listen, there's places on the earth where the energy, the vortexes, which are energy centers of the, I like to say it, of the body of the planet. Sometimes people ask me, well, what do you mean? How can the earth have energy centers? Well, as a shaman, we see the earth as a living, like sentient being. I mean, it's a consciousness. There's consciousness permeating it, coming from consciousness, permeating everything, including us. Much longer talk. I'm just capsulizing something that will take 16 lifetimes to explain, but you know what I mean. You know how I think of the planet this way, the same way that acupuncture works in the body. So through the body, there are meridians. Now, if you've ever had acupuncture, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, basically, if you have an ailment, there are energy lines that run through your body where if you put a needle, let's say you put a needle here, a needle here could help your spleen. You don't have to go right to your spleen. You can go here. And then there's all these different points along your body that can be unblocked. The energy can be unblocked. And there are certain points that are what they call, I think they're, I don't know the exact word, but they're like the larger main points of the body. For the liver, the kidney point, these are major points, the heart point. So the earth is the same way. There are points along the body of the earth where lots of energy and key energy pathways travel through. Sedona, Arizona, one of them. Mount Shasta, another one of them.
Can we talk about how we feel when we're in Mount Shasta?
Sure. How do you feel?
When I first went there for the first time, I was like, I wasn't sure. Like, I know that it really has, a Lemurian energy.
Lemurian energy, yeah. You guys know
when you have a
Lemurian.
mouthful of pizza, it's hard to say Lemurian. And also, I know that Saint Germain's, spirit resides there because the collective consciousness, everybody expects to see him there. And so he shows up for people. And I know that, there's grids, and I know that it's a very magical portal, and I know that UFOs come in and out, and I know there's all sorts of things that are happening with that mountain. It's a very special place. But for some reason, I don't know why, maybe it's because it's in California and it wasn't exotic enough for me. I wasn't sure what to expect when I first went. And I'm kind of jaded a little bit about California as I've been here my whole life. So we get up there to Northern California, we get out of the car, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, we're here in Mount Shasta, it's cool. And I get all my suitcases out and everything, and I start walking to the retreat house, and I went, wait a minute, what is that feeling? And Riz goes, do you feel it too? I had to put my bags down. And I was like,
right?
The air is alive. There's beings here. There's UFOs here.
You can feel it.
And I was like, it felt like a bubble. Yeah, I felt like I was in a contained bubble, that it was not the same bubble that was in Redding, California, which is an hour away. I didn't feel like I was in the same topography. I felt like I went off grid. I was no longer in California. So the feeling that I felt was, it was this very soft, very ethereal, very high energy. They call it the purple ray. It's the highest vibration. I get chills just talking about it. And the energy is so soft and all encompassing. And it's not an ordinary forest, not an ordinary mountain, not an ordinary landscape. And even though everything looks like all the other areas in Northern California, but it felt so different. And I thought, well, it's going to shake off eventually.
Right.
It did not shake off the whole weekend while I was there. It totally recalibrates you and changes because you're in a giant portal.
Right.
And so there's such a massive change that happens cellularly for you. So it was like, to be honest with you, it was like, when you're in, let's say, the water of like a river or the ocean, and you're kind of like your feet just get off the ground just a little bit. Your toes just barely kind of lift off and you can't really touch the ground. And then you're kind of like carried along. That's how the weekend
great
felt.
way to put it. Wow. You're right. That is how it felt. I've been trying to describe it. It's a magnetic energy. That's
Leave it to an
actually how it
empath.
feels.
That's exactly right.
But without any nervousness.
No, because you feel like it's taking care of you. And it's almost like anything you do is a part of the sacredness of the place. We had the privilege and pleasure of going to one of the beautiful lakes. I can't remember the name of
Shasta
it.
Lake.
Yeah. And oh my God. So my
Went to the
daughter,
caves.
who's kind of into our conversations, she went with her friends a couple summers, and she had told me before I went, and she told me, you have to get in the water. We went in the water. It's the most magical thing. And I was like, it's just a lake. It's just a normal lake.
Yeah.
So we get in the water. I have pictures, and there was waterfalls, and we get in the lake, and it was like, if it was like liquid ice cream, because it was cold, but it was so soft. Everything in Mount Shasta feels soft. And then all of a sudden you start slowing down, and it's like we went into the crystal store, and I was looking at crystals, and I was like, I didn't even know what state I was in. I didn't know where I was. And it was so relaxing and peaceful. And I could see why everybody wants to live there.
Yeah.
I could see why people just
And,
give it all up.
It's a really small town. There's
people
no
change their
there's
whole
no big
life.
hotels there.
No.
It's very small.
Well, we're going back. We had to open up a new date, you guys, because it's our most popular retreat. It sells out so fast that we literally have to put it up a year in advance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can't keep it
Because there's
freaking
like 3
open.
Shasta retreats this year. They're all sold out.
They're all sold out this year. So we weren't going to do it, but we were like, so many people want to go.
One more time.
So we opened 2026. So the dates, I can't remember. You'd have to go to the website.
Yeah.
I think it was like,
It's like April 24th to the
yeah.
26th.
Can you drop the link in?
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys, if you want to go to Mount Shasta with us, Riz channels Saint Germain while we're there. You can go into all the deepest parts of your soul, your transformation that you're trying to have, the work you're doing on yourself, and he helps guide you. Saint Germain, the spirit guide, will speak through Riz. There's videos on YouTube
Speaking
you
of the
can watch.
UFOs, we filmed a UFO with our iPhone.
Oh yeah,
It's as clear as you can see
Clear
it
as day.
in the night sky.
Yep.
And it's flipping and switching and changing shapes and changing colors right above us. It couldn't have been more than, I don't know, 50 to 100 yards above us.
Yeah.
So go on my Instagram, Psychic Riz the Wiz. Always go for the one with the blue check mark, because I've been cloned like 30 times now. So blue check mark.
You guys know about that? Explain what that clone is.
People basically in other countries, they set up these sweatshops that clone Instagram accounts, especially of healers, and they'll take your pictures and copy them and make an Instagram account and have a very similar name to your handle, and then start going through your list of people and soliciting readings, but through Cash App. So look, guys, it's never me. I don't solicit readings anyway. People can book readings directly on our official website. We would never, ever DM you for readings or anything like that. But it's probably literally, guys, I might think the 24th or 25th time I've been cloned on Instagram. Now, I don't know how many times I've been cloned by the secret UFO labs under the ground. Maybe that's something. But anyway.
So I wanted to ask a poll before we start taking questions. I want to ask everybody a question. We've never asked this before. Do you guys think that aliens, extraterrestrials, higher intelligent beings are working with our government in underground bases in a secret government? I want to see how many people feel that way. I'm very curious to get a head count. I'm just curious if you guys want to, put your 2 cents in. We have been really enjoying News Nation.
Yeah, the latest UFO stuff with Ross Coulthard on there.
Ross Coulthard,
Oh, he's the man.
he has like a crown of diamonds that he is going to prance to the other side when he crosses over. He has brought such valuable information to this planet in a way that's so easily digestible, understandable, up-to-date information on what's really happening in the government, what's really happening with extraterrestrials coming,
The whistleblowers.
whistleblowers to visitations, to letting those whistleblowers tell their stories and talking about their especially in the military and all their experiences that they have taking crashed UAPs, actual crashed UAPs, strapping them to black ops helicopters, lifting them up and taking them to undisclosed locations, private locations, to reverse engineer them. And there's so much going on, and he is up to date on everything. If you guys really want to be up to date on the real news, the only news that matters, the real
We're not
news,
alone.
is that we are not alone, and we haven't been alone since day one, because
Which
we
brings me-
believe
yeah,
we believe that we have been sharing this planet
for sure.
with the people,
To me,
our
that's-
alien star beings who seeded us.
Right.
That's our true beliefs.
Yeah, we're connected to them. But that kind of like ties into what our work is, which is you are not alone, which is that you have spirit guides, you have forces of the universe, you have ancestors that are with you, supporting you, helping you connect the dots in this life. And not just ancestors from this life, this skin color, this background that you think your family is right now, but what about your family from other lifetimes when you were another skin color, another ethnicity, another part of the world? You have relatives from those lifetimes. Imagine that. So when you ask to connect to your ancestors, you don't know who's actually answering. You might be Irish, and your ancestor that you're connecting to is your African mother from 16 lifetimes ago. Or you might be African asking to connect to your ancestors, or Native American asking to connect to your ancestors, and it might be your German grandmother or your Irish grandfather from those lifetimes, because we reincarnate. It's pretty clear we do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the readings. I'm going to be ready. I'm going to be doing some spirit shout outs. Can I ask you a favor? Could you
Yes.
grab my probiotic soda from over there?
Yeah.
My grape one.
Are you done with that one?
Yeah. I love these probiotic sodas.
Oh,
There's
do
very
that
little
thing
sugar.
I asked you to do since you're up.
Put it on here.
Oh, gotcha.
Check this out. This soda, Olipop,
Oh, yeah.
maybe we'll get a sponsorship from them because I love them because there's very little sugar and has probiotics in it.
Well, somebody complimented my tattoos, so I have to say something about my tattoos. So I designed this piece here, and it's like I'm wearing a necklace at all times, which I love. And I also
Thank you.
designed the little the little details here. It kind of feels like I'm always wearing little bracelets. It's really fun. And I had to actually stop because I could have kept on going and going. I had no end in sight. I'm obsessed with tattoos and wanted to get more. But I'm taking a little break because I had to get some perspective and see where I'm at with it. Because I'm an artist and I just want to paint my body and I just want to draw on everything. So I just want to live. Let me live.
What's that
I
from?
don't know.
But it sounds good. Yeah. I just want to live.
Can I have some of your pizza?
You can have some of my pizza. So you guys,
See my hand.
are we ready? We're about to dive into
Erica's hand grabbing some
questions.
pizza.
We can't even see it actually.
Really?
Because we're on a delay there.
Oh, we're on a delay.
Like I make sure that.
Yeah, put your hand right in the camera, why don't you?
So you guys, how have you been liking the new content that we have been bringing out from our archives? We have been getting sound bites and all these really strong gems and really amazing little pieces of information that's been lost in these like big 2-hour segments. And people have been complimenting and really thanking us for that, because if you don't have time to sit through a 2-hour show or a 45-minute show, you get these sound bites on very specific, detailed areas of what we're teaching. So I hope it has been helpful for you guys and you like it. And later we'll talk about our memberships. Don't forget.
Oh yeah, really cool stuff.
New memberships.
Ready for some questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just feeling into everybody right now, and the guides are here, and they are. I'm going to start off with 2 spirit shout outs. These are free readings, guys. These are when my spirit guides tell me to talk to one of you who's watching live, and they say a message that has something to do with you. So number one, there is a cat on the other side that looks like a little leopard. I think it's like a Bengal type of cat, but it's on the other side, and it belonged to one of you or your family members. Those are very specific types of cats, and that's coming through. The other thing is there's someone here who's referring to hood ornaments, which are on the hood of a car. You know, those little silver things, whatever the symbol is of the brand of car you have. A lot of cars used to have them on the hood. I don't know if cars really have them as much anymore. But either they collected this, or you collected these, or somebody in the family collected these. I know that's a weird thing to collect, but they're talking about it. If that has something to do with you, hood ornaments of cars, let me know, and then we'll get to your message. All right. So how are we doing? Who's
Good.
first up?
First up, we have a super chat from Cassidy.
Hi, Cassidy.
In 2021, I had a work injury
Hmm.
that compromised my hands and arms.
Ooh.
I've seen many doctors but found no relief. It's lasted so long. I wonder if it's emotional pain. Do my guides have insight into how I can address this?
Interesting. Earlier, I was talking about acupuncture. I'm a firm believer in acupuncture as helping to heal those meridians of the body that need, where the blockage of energy is, physical energy, which is called chi, life force energy. So please do look into acupuncture, but you have to do it consistently. Number two, to address your question with the emotions. Yes, but it's a little bit different answer than you thought. You know how you've been thinking about, well, what is it that you really want to do? Cassidy, what is it that you really want to do? And they're saying, they're like, giddy up, cowgirl or cowboy. I don't know if Cassidy's a man or a woman. But that's the way they're saying, like, giddy up, put on your cowboy hat and like kick up your spurs and get on the horse. And what that means is, it's like, get the energy going within yourself, not having to do with what is your job, but because you like to be helpful. You like to be productive no matter what it is. And tapping into that joy, that energy will propel you forward. And then that gets the kind of the low-grade depression starts to clear it because you feel you're being of value. So in that sense, emotionally, it's almost like your body has a wisdom. It's sending you a message saying, we're not going to work right until you decide, really, number one, that you just like being of service and being productive. And no matter what it is, you'll show up and do what you can. And number two, what is it that you really what will really like get your engine going? What will really, get your horse to go on its hind legs and go, let's go forward? I don't know why all these cowboy and horse references are happening, but they are. So the physical thing is that. Also, right, because as far as treatments go, there's so many different treatments now, from stem cells to different kinds of electrical stimulation for the nerves, which you can do. But the moment you make that decision in your head, those ones I was referring to, both, you'll start to feel the energy starts to shift, because this is a practice you need to do every day. You can't ever get out of this gear. It's like you take that gear shift and put it in a gear and you never step out of it. You never go back. You never go into neutral. It is drive forward now because you're tired of it. It's like people who on the internet, I've seen people who didn't have, hands learn to use their feet. People who didn't have hands or feet, still somehow they played the guitar with their teeth, or they painted with their teeth. And necessity, Cassidy, necessity is the mother of invention. You have a dynamic intellect that has just kind of taken a backseat to your emotional, the drudgery, which is, of course, understandable. But it's time to use that keen intelligence of yours to go, no. We're done with this low-grade depression towards this, and we're moving forward.
Cassidy says, you're on Cassidy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha ha. I love that I've been considering looking into Reiki and getting trained to do that.
There you go.
Okay.
Funny how.
Oh, that was an accent? Therein lies the joke. Insert laughter here. Pause for audience. Hello.
I really know how to make your assistant feel.
Hello. Eric's the type of person that reads and goes, hello.
I've been obsessing over my octopus, and I really think I need it now. I'm freaking out. I'm like getting OCD about it. Like I just need to have it.
Type of person.
And the type of person
What did you
that
just
reads the
knock
script and goes,
down?
hello, my name is your name here.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Erica, would you have sold Tupperware back in the day?
Can you fix your t-shirt?
Not only would I have sold.
Your t-shirt is all up. They're all like this.
I have stuff stuffed in there. That's
Can
why.
you pull them down?
There's M&Ms in there.
Get up and pull it down.
There's M&Ms in there.
Oh,
He's so.
I think that would have been really good at selling Tupperware. Like that would have been a great job.
Yeah, much better than what you're doing now, helping the world. Just help the world serve plastic.
I'm serving a different kind of Tupperware.
This octopus is so mesmerizing to me. Do you know it's a spirit guide? It's a major spirit guide. The
It's the
octopus.
spirit animal for Geminis.
You know, we could talk about octopi for a while. We know a lot of information about it. Yeah.
For an animal for
It is.
know that.
You want to know why?
Yes.
Look underneath. Isn't this
It gives me
mesmerizing?
chills.
Wait, hold on.
Because underneath all Geminis are blue. No, they're not.
This is your weird wife. Sorry, I have to. I'm just obsessed.
Where did we get that? Was it Universal Studios?
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
All right, next question.
Well, I've got spirit shout outs for you.
All right.
So
Mm.
we have Renee. Her
Renee.
husband Derek, crossed in 2003, was a hot rod builder, and they have boxes of hood ornaments that they collected.
Yay.
Yeah,
What is his name?
Derek.
Wow. I'm chewing.
What's that?
A little surprise snack that I thought you might like.
Yeah.
Erica hasn't been to Japan in a while. She's been a couple times, but she's coming with us this next time.
Don't worry, Renee.
And I thought these were Japanese, and it turns out it's not. It's Thai jasmine rice, but I'll still take it.
Still into it.
It was so off the wall, different from anything we've had, so I thought you'd like it. It's called Snow Crunchy Mochi.
Oh.
Is it mochi or mochi?
Mochi.
And it's
Do
rice.
you know when we go to
clusters.
Japan?
Oh my god.
I didn't tell you. I was saving it as a surprise, but I'm going to take you guys to
Wait, ASMR.
watch mochi.
ASMR.
How they make mochi.
Hold on, ASMR.
That's not a good ASMR. So I'm going to take you guys to see how they make mochi.
Ignore me.
Pause for they're in insert gratitude here. Insert gratitude here.
I wasn't chatting.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't register. I thought you were talking to the audience and not telling me about. Wait, what are we doing?
Listen, I'm sure we'd all really like to dive into mochis, Renee.
Somebody said it's a squid.
So Renee, your husband is on the other side here. And I think clearly he's using that symbol to connect back to you and to show you that he loves you and letting you know you're not alone. And I think that he would really enjoy, he really is enjoying the Psychic Pizza Party, clearly, because he's here tapping me on the shoulder to give you that message. I still find it amazing that they know who's watching live. They say something so specific. So you have those hood ornaments. I don't know. Sell them or display them or do something with them. Don't just keep them in the box is the message I want to say. So glad just take this as a confirmation from your husband. Thank you. Would you guys like to continue laughing about mochis while I'm giving her reading? From her husband.
What happened was I sighed by accident. Riz doesn't like when I talk about this, so I'm going to tell you guys that I hot flash every single time we do our studio, when we're in the studio, because there's like all these lights and everything, and I start burning, and then I get like fidgety and weird.
How'd your octopus?
So it's a squid. Now we're finding out.
What's the difference?
Oh God, Riz.
I'm very overwhelmed right now.
So anyway,
all the new people are tuning in like,
yeah, these people are like,
wait, I think I
cray
like
cray.
this. They're about to go to the next
Slightly
video. And they were
cray-cray.
like, wait.
Wait, there may be something a little kind of weird and off with these people. Why don't they act normal? Do you guys want us to act normal? Let's act normal. What's normal?
Wow.
Oh,
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is everything going? So let's talk very normal and be very podcasty. So, Riz Mirza, let me know how you feel about the state of affairs of XYZ. Yeah, exactly.
all right. Next question.
Boring.
Hurt my... Actually, this is a question for Lady O.
Okay.
From Jackie.
Yes.
Lady O, would you
Deja vu right now.
do this in an accent?
Deja vu.
So bad.
Deja vu right now. Do it in an accent.
Jackie, I'm going to read it in an accent.
Do it.
Lady O,
Yes, darling.
mind talking more about the octopus as a spirit guide?
Oh, I'd be glad to.
Dream where I was on a boardwalk looking out over the ocean and saw a giant octopus spinning on the water.
Oh, dear. That's a very good sign.
A giant octopus spinning on the water?
Spinning on the water.
Let me tell you something. That is probably one of the most magical dreams that you can possibly have. And let me tell you why. It is because the octopi is an alien, if you haven't noticed. They're sentient beings and they're very intelligent. They know how to get in and out of their own cages. They can communicate, make friends, have an excellent memory, and they're quite all around the awesome, handy dandy spirit guide. No, seriously, they are very, very magical.
I'll add something to that.
Please do, sir.
So octopuses, I know, I like to say octopuses. Octopuses have the ability to rewrite their DNA, to change their DNA. Yes.
Oh,
Please explain.
wait, that's the most magical being on the planet then.
Well, that's why we have Google. But you can
Insert
look it up,
laughter here.
and you can look it up.
Riz.
Oh, Riz. So funny. He's going to gear up right now. Punishment is around the corner.
The escrow has started.
The silent
It's only
punishment.
at
Like, no,
48 minutes in, and the escrow account has started.
Uh-oh.
So they also, each tentacle or each arm has its own, you might say, its own brain. So the kings and queens of multitasking, also the ability to think and see things from different perspectives, which is why I said it's the great spirit animal for Geminis and how they are able to see different perspectives. So yes. And highly adaptable. They can camouflage themselves.
And if
which
you're
Geminis are excellent at doing also.
if you're
Let me
having
hear a shout out from our Geminis out there.
if you're having that dream, just to let you know, just know that you're on the right path. That means that the octopus is working with you,
Yeah.
and it's your spirit animal, and also it means that you're going deeper into your subconscious and your future self and your multidimensional selves, and you are expanding and you're being more creative, and it's like a confirmation.
Yeah.
Well, everybody was saying they were called not normal, and they are not normal, and no one here is normal, and that's why they watch our show.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
This is where the non-normal people hang out.
Yes, it's called Muggles Are Not Allowed.
No muggles.
The Mystic
allowed.
Podcast.
No
where non-normal
Muggles.
people-
Sorry.
No, everybody's welcome. Normal and non-normal.
Yeah, normal people can.
Where the non-normal is the normal.
Do you know what my favorite nickname for you? It's not Riz the Wiz, but it's close. It's the Wizard. Well, I mean, some people call you Rizzard,
Wizard.
but it's, for me, I've always loved
Our friend Jenny
calling
calls
you the
me
Wizard.
Wizard. Is Jenny, are you watching?
She is.
She is?
Yeah.
Hey, Jen. I love calling you the Wizard. I always see you as a wizard. I've always seen you as a wizard. You are always the Wizard. And so I think that's your best name. Like, that's your best nickname. By the way, you guys, if you want to talk to us twice a month in a private group Zoom call, me, the first 2 weeks, it will be the second Wednesday, and Riz will be the last Wednesday of every month.
It's
Join our
mystic
membership.
That's our mystic inner circle that we're
It's our
starting.
mystic inner circle. So what happens in those is what we like, our skill set. So like with us, with me. You'll be talking about the things that I talk about, and with Riz, the things he talks about. But you can ask questions. It's one-on-one. You'll be with a small group. You can ask all your questions. Well, hopefully it'll grow, but you'll ask all your questions, and you are going to be in a much more intimate setting. And we can actually physically see you if you want to be seen. You don't have to be seen. You can put your video off, but you get this interaction with us, and it's every month. And if you guys want to do this, you got to go right underneath the video. You'll see it says join, and then just click the join button and you're all set.
Yep. Inner circle mystic. Wait, the inner mystic circle.
Yeah. That's right.
All right. We'll talk about it more.
Yeah.
Look at little Poopy's sleeping over there.
Did you get the confirmation of the cat with the stripes? I saw several people have it.
I was just gonna say.
All right.
No, it wasn't a cat. It was a Bengal.
Yeah. There's several.
Cat?
Huh?
Bengal's a kind of cat, right?
Yes.
Yeah. The Bengal.
Okay, there's no. Okay, what'd they say?
So
there's several
from
people.
Teresa, my Bengal, Digi, was a Bengal Munchkin 6.
And who else is there?
The other person was. Hold on. I'll come back to me. Come back to me.
This didn't look like a mix, the one that I saw.
That was. Okay, I'm gonna find that. Again, if you're not that one, can I ask a different question?
Sure.
Alrighty. Okay, so this is from Jen. This is a super chat.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Jen.
She wanted to know, or someone named Carrie passed February. Oh, that's very. I'm sorry. This question is a little. Let me read it if you get any.
Sure.
Richard passed January 7th.
Okay.
You actually spoke last week a message from Richard about her car accident.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any more to say on that? And they also wrote the other person, Carrie, passed February 24th, 2025. We have a message.
It's too soon. It's too soon for a message from February. That's just a few weeks ago. Yeah. You want to wait 6 months before you get any medium, before you even attempt contact with someone on the other side. Most mediums will tell you a year. I say my experience has been about 6 months. So let's try again that particular question in 6 months. As far as Richard, this is the car accident where the glass broke. Yes. Yes. It was just a message of care and concern and watching. And of course, our loved ones do send us healing energy from the other side. Of course they do. See, they're not allowed to interfere with our evolution, our path here, but they are allowed to send us energy, to send us good waves and vibrations so that we feel good and start to make better choices for ourselves, and we take more care and we receive that healing energy. That is, I like to say that universe allows those kinds of interactions. And so that's what that message was. Let me see. And her name is Jen?
Yes.
I'm seeing if there's anything else for you, Jen.
Right here. Erica, right here. It's just a little fan. It's blue. It's feathers.
I'll tell you one thing, Jen, that I'm getting about the friend that passed, the Carrie name that you're saying. And I'm just going to give you the vision that I see, that when she crossed over, it was like orchards opening up of like oranges and fruits, and it was like this beautiful, and I see somebody's hand just grabbing it, and I see her just getting the nectar of those fruits. It's like being able to taste that sweetness, and that almost like tasting the sweetness of life finally, even though it's happening in the next experience, not physical life. It's like Carrie is experiencing the sweetness of life there, which was always desired, I feel, here. And I do see that there's going to be more messages coming. Also, big love and big heart around the month of August as well. I don't know what that refers to. So let us know if you can. And then we'll come back to that other question in 6 months' time, okay?
I would just like to say that you look so handsome tonight.
What?
I'm just looking at how cute you are.
Well, thank you, honey.
I still have a crush on my husband 15 years later.
I'm learning to.
I guess that's a really good thing.
Can I tell you something? And I wanted to share this because my instinct naturally would be, and you're so beautiful too, right?
That's a very good instinct.
It is, but here's the thing: what happens
very
when we do
good.
that?
You don't receive.
You don't receive it because we're always so quick on the giving it back instead of, okay, just let it land. Maybe the person doesn't need to hear it back.
Just like he's letting it land right now.
And so you let it land for yourself.
Are you letting it land for yourself?
If you would stop saying that, I would. No, I'm serious. You start to just feel it, and I catch myself and I go, wait, my instinct was to say it back. And I go,
Well,
no, let yourself feel it.
You're
right?
going to be talking about a lot of these topics on your new
My new
Mez Healing podcast that debuts on March 3rd, which
Tuesday.
is
2 days.
tomorrow.
No, tomorrow's Monday.
Well, it's the 2nd today.
No, it debuts March 4th.
Right?
Oh, March 4th.
Because we're marching forth on March 4th.
Ah, that's right. So tell everybody a little bit about your podcast.
It's called The Brotherhood, or it's called Brotherhood, the podcast, the deepest talk you never had. And it is for men and everybody who loves them in their lives, because it goes into how do we heal ourselves? What's going on inside of us? Is there a war? Is there depression? Is there anxiety? Is there a dream and feelings that have yet to be spoken and breathed into existence? If you want to get really deep, how do we talk about things? The first episode is called Pretend It Doesn't Hurt, the Pain of Suppressing Pain. How men tend to, shove down pain and say that they're okay when they're really not.
And compliments.
Everything. And we do get into that. This does step.
It's like
into
you're
that.
not allowed to have emotions. You're not allowed to feel. And if you do feel, it's like I think what happens is you get so pent up and then it comes out and then it sounds like it's so extreme, but it's just because you don't feel comfortable that you're allowed to be emotional.
And we dive in, and my co-hosts are great. One of my co-hosts, Justin, amazing guy. He's actually, we first met, he came did some shamanic work with me and went to Egypt with us, and he turned out to be a friend and an amazing man who's an artist and also a police officer here in Southern California. And then
Dropped in sensitive police officer.
Yeah.
conscious.
Millennial. Love it.
And Key, who is an amazing activist, poet, spoken word artist, producer, and he is also very sensitive and dropped in. And everybody brings something else to the table, and we sit and we dive in. So you're going to see that channel premiere on Tuesday night. So please, guys, go to our social media and follow us.
5 episodes.
5 episodes.
You guys can binge.
Yeah. So let's go. Here comes Moomy. She smells the pizza. I wonder if you guys can see her little head. No, she walked
See
away.
how saging feathers these come in handy?
Peacock feathers.
Give me a Southern Belle accent.
Southern Belle.
Lady, wait, no, that's British.
That's
Lady, you look like a real Southern Belle right now.
Well, thank you, darling.
Got your red hair blowing in the breeze.
Well, I feel like Miss Scarlet, and I'm going to tell you, I feel like a Southern Belle right now. All my past lives just keep on coming. And so I'm sitting here with my husband. This is my husband.
Ha.
Hello.
I just had to like quickly pull that out of somewhere while I'm swallowing my grape soda. Okay. Let me ask you this. Are you ready for a spirit shout out?
I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Somebody's wearing their mom's earrings right now.
Aw.
It doesn't mean your mom's passed away, but you're wearing your mom's earrings right now. Is that you, Paul? Is Buckshot watching tonight?
Yes, he is.
You respond to that.
Buckshot tuned out when he was like, where's the regular mozzarella and cheese pizza?
Yeah.
It's cauliflower crust, bro. It's 2025. Got to do it.
Is that, oh, you got it. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, when I go back to the Bronx, I'll get that pizza.
Spider Bite says try an Australian accent for me.
Okay, so
You
that's the
guys,
spirit
come
shout out.
on.
You wanna
That's
go to
a
the next-
hard one.
Let's go to the next question.
Okay, don't-
Are we allowed to have fun? Are we allowed to have fun at our pizza party?
don't wish perfection.
Are we allowed to have fun at our pizza party? I'm just checking. Okay, so we're gonna make sure. I just burped on the microphone. Sorry. So can you try an Australian accent, Riz? Can you?
Some shrimp on the barbie.
Riz, can you try it?
I do not.
Australian accents, I think, are the hardest. That is the hardest accent,
right.
I think.
Yeah, right,
What-
mate. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, right, mate.
Okay, but
Sort of like that, mate.
sort of like that, you know.
It's really
it- there's something there. It is one of the hardest
In
accents.
Australia, you say, how you going?
How you going?
How you going?
Not how's it going?
How you going?
I really actually have tried to have the Australian accent. I really can't.
Really hard.
It's hard. It's hard. There's some words I'm like, even right now, I can't even like say it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You like have to train
All
it
right.
a certain
I don't know how to do it at all, honestly.
I'm
Okay.
gonna practice it, and
Is-
by the next episode, I'm gonna do a really good one.
Okay.
Okay.
I promise. All right, you ready for your question?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like Karen, Steph, or Stormy?
Stormy.
All right. Hi, Risen Lady O. I am exhausted looking for a new home. I feel energy hotspots in multiple different towns, Willis, Conroe, or east of them, but I can't seem to dial in which is the right one. Can y'all help me to?
I sure can. Willis, Conroe, or east of them. Well, I'm not getting either of that. I'm getting, and I don't know where any of these towns are, but I'm going to tell you what I feel energetically is northeast of Willis. Northeast of Willis. So not east, but northeast of Willis. When I tune into directions, it's interesting as a psychic over the years, I find what happens in my body when people ask me different questions. My body almost becomes a compass. Like I just feel my head turn and my entire body turns into like where I'm feeling the energy. And I felt myself. So where I am right now, northeast would be over here to me, like tilting in my head this way, that would be northeast. And then I felt around Willis. So northeast of Willis, let us know. Okay, now there's a Steph.
Yes.
Look, I'll take her question.
Okay. And then after that, I've got one for you, Lady O.
And then I got one for you, Miss E.
Yeah. Hit me.
I would like you to try on an Irish accent.
Top of the morning to ya.
Oh, that.
The easiest one for me to do.
Oh, you know how to do that one.
Yeah, I'll do the whole
Oh.
question from Steph and that one.
Oh, let's do it. How we can take the whole questions and all the answers and everything can be in the Irish accent.
Lady O.
Yes.
Erica. With the obvious energy shifts this winter, I've been having very vivid dreaming. What can you recommend for me to reintegrate into this reality when I wake every morning?
Great question. That means you're really traveling, Steph, into those other dimensions, which is what you're supposed to do. You know, you leave your body when you sleep for a reason. That's why you feel like you're falling back into your bed. Most people I know have experienced dreaming and then this sudden movement of being back in the body. That's because you really are. Your consciousness, meaning you are consciousness, but there's a part of it that stays in the body just for the kind of the maintenance of the system physically, right? Breathing and all of that. But you are doing work in dimensions and realms, and you're remembering some of these dreams. Much of your dream time gets lost to your conscious mind and stays somewhere in other levels of your consciousness. So I would say before you go to bed is where you would start this, Steph. Before you go to bed, I would tune out, certainly no TV the last half hour. Some people are also really now lately into blue blocker glasses. They're kind of red lensed. Some of these glasses are red lenses.
Color therapy is amazing.
Yeah, but these are to block out blue light. And that blue light can interfere with your circadian rhythm. Look, even food affects the way that you dream and how far you go out. I don't know if you're taking melatonin. I feel like melatonin, unless you're getting over jet lag, it can really
Messes with your hormones.
it can. It is a hormone, isn't it? Right. And it can kind of make you feel exhausted when you don't need to feel exhausted. So I would begin with breathing exercises before bed, grounding crystals such as obsidian. I actually like any kind of volcanic rock, which is very grounding. And I have it, you have it under your bed. It can be small pieces, but energetically it grounds your energy so that when you come back, You're reacquainting yourself with that very solid earth support. So because it's volcanic rock that you have, it's easy to get stuff. You can buy this stuff at any spiritual store or gem store. Another thing, so that's beforehand, and then setting your intention before going to bed. And that is simply that you are asking to travel lightly. Ask your guides, say, I would like to travel lightly, and I'm open to new forms of, I would call this, I was going to say astral travel, but I would say that you're open to new forms of communication because, and I want to go just slightly deeper with this, is that when you're dreaming and you're in those other states of consciousness, you're receiving lots of information. Many people come up with books and songs and ideas and solves to different questions they've had in their lives after they take a nap even, which I highly recommend, a short nap if you can do it a few times a week. This would also help you because that disconnect is too strong and you're kind of coming back really groggy. I would also do a few yoga poses before bed, meaning just 2 or 3, just to deepen the connection with your body so that when you come back, it's very comfortable. Another thing that I like very much, guys, and a lot of people don't know about this, and look this up online, are vibration plates, right? We have one. A vibration plate helps to move lymphatic system in your body. You have more lymphatic fluid in your body than you do blood, except lymphatic system does not have a pump. Your blood does have a pump, your heart. So you have to move that lymphatic system, lymphatic fluid. And usually either jumping up and down, jumping rope, being on a mini trampoline, but the vibration plate is unbelievable. Just get it. You'll be so glad that you did. And look it up on YouTube. You'll find different videos of it. So that would be my answer to you.
Well, there's a lot of conversations going on right now about dreams, and I want to jump into it. So have you ever had a dream within a dream within a dream? How many times have you... Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say yes.
Within a dream.
So only just the one. Okay. So some people have more than one. I've had 3
That's
jumps.
like Inception.
I've had 3 jumps where I woke up from a dream. I was telling everybody in the house about it, and it was really intense. And then I woke up again in that dream and realized it was another dream. So I've been able to do it 3 times. And there's some people who also can do that. And what that is, you guys, is we are exploring. We're going deeper into our consciousness. We're finding out what else we can do. We're stretching out. We're stretching our abilities and our skills, going into our deep subconscious. It's kind of, we're stretching out, we're exploring, and that's what really it is. Some people want to know like how they can remember their dreams. So I've done a lot of dream work with myself, and I will tell you, I got to a point where I could remember all my dreams vividly, and I would wake up and really, really recall them. And throughout the whole day, I felt them in the dreams in my system. I could feel it, and I was emotional from some of the dreams I had. And then I got tired of it because my day-to-day life was already so busy and so full of deep emotion in my 3D waking life, whatever this dream waking life is. I didn't want to have another emotional thing to feel that's not even here. So I started to have to actually stop remembering my dreams. And so now what I do is I play a trick on myself. So there's all these little games I play with myself, and it's like a control panel. Like
Wait, you have a technique for not remembering your dreams on purpose? Yes.
I have techniques for everything regarding dreams because I've played so much in the dream state. So basically it's kind of like, it's like learning. So imagine, Star Trek, you have like the control panel and all these buttons and switches. So that's kind of how I see myself when I'm dreaming. I wake up and I have all these abilities to like recall, not recall, feel, not feel. Like I can switch around what I want to do because I'm just getting more in control. So when I wake up and I don't want to remember a dream, it's not that I just tell myself I don't want to remember. I actually go through a series of like disconnects. It's like unplugging the cords from that dimension. So I'll just like quickly unplug and just categorize it really fast. Like that was a dream. The least amount of time I spend on it, the better. The faster I categorize it and sock it away and put it in a drawer and let it go, the better. If it's a very powerful dream, like my dad came through, because both of our parents, Riz's parents and my parents, have all transitioned. But when my dad came and visited me recently in a dream, and it was one of those really strong mediumship, real dreams. And it actually correlated with some events that was happening that day. And a friend who came to visit is a friend of my dad's from, anyway. And it was just like, I just knew that my dad wanted to be a part of what was going on and saying that he's here and he's with me. And so I allowed myself to feel the emotions of that dream the whole day.
Now, I just want to say,
Yes.
the difference between dreaming
Yes.
and an actual visitation from your loved one.
Yeah.
That's a visitation in the dream state.
Yeah.
But it's not a dream, meaning, I just have to say it this way, it's more real. So you're not dreaming that your dad came to visit you.
Right.
You
It's
are
a
in
real-
the dream. He visited you while
Yeah.
you were in the dream state.
Yeah. And there's a
Like,
difference.
you went to the movie theater
Right.
and you saw someone in real life there.
Right.
As opposed to just
And
the
so if
movies.
somebody says, well, how do you know the difference if it's a dream or not? Usually when the family member comes to visit you that's crossed over, it's 9.9999 times out of 10, a mediumship dream. And they really are visiting you in a neutral place over the, in the dream world, in your dimensions. But the reason I know it's a dream is because I am the same person I am in the waking life, in the same timeline as today.
Okay.
So when I feel like I'm in a altered version of myself, like I have actually been other genders and other nationalities, other
Right.
races in my dreams, which, oh my God, I feel so, I don't want to toot my own horn because I'm just more of an audience to myself, like watching myself. It just felt like I woke up and I was like, that must be really advanced. Like it had to be, because you're letting go of your identities. I
Yeah.
mean, like you're really letting go.
It's very flexible in the soul.
Yeah. And and also when you're these other people,
Yeah.
how do you not know those are your past lives and you're having bleed throughs? And
most
how
of
do
the
you
time
know
they
that
are.
you're not actually tapping into those lives that are existing somewhere else in a different timeline and a different earth?
You are.
Yeah. My dad used to say, so put that in your pipe and smoke it.
And he did.
And he did. And he did.
Well,
So-
do we have somebody who also, we have any questions over there?
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
you were saying something about the earrings?
Yeah, and then they disappeared. So
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
They had a message coming to them. Okay.
I don't know where they went off to.
All right.
People have been having some really crazy dreams. Just I know because they were like putting a lot of their dreams in the chat. I just want to share Griselda's because I'm jealous that she got to dream this.
Okay.
I dreamt of walking into a frog-themed cafe. There were lily pad tables. I drank orange juice, and I left. And when I went down the step, I bounced down the road, and I could wiggle in the air and move past lampposts. The lamppost. Ribbit. That's right.
She wrote Ribbit Ribbit?
Yes. Griselda's a long time watcher.
I like that
of the
Griselda.
show. She's here often. She doesn't ask a lot for messages
Uh-huh.
very much, but she gives a lot of.
You know the energy I get from
Great.
her?
Thank you, Griselda. Thank you for sharing that.
She reminds me, she's very Harry Potter-ish.
She is very
Or
much.
Harry
Her
Potter-esque.
name is so Harry Potter-esque.
She's very Harry Potter.
I think she's in Australia, if I'm correct.
Oh,
She's probably laughing at
Yeah.
the lack of Australian accent.
wait, do you remember that show?
Ability.
What's that show we used to like from the New Zealand show? The Cops?
Wellington Paranormal.
Wellington Paranormal.
That's New Zealand.
Can you explain it a little bit?
But New Zealand is close to Australia, so we'll go there.
Can you explain that TV show?
Wellington Paranormal started off as an offshoot from the movie What We Do in the Shadows, where there was a scene where these bumbling cops came over to the vampire's house and had no idea that the vampires were vampires, even though they're seeing all this vampire evidence. They're acting like, okay, you might want to get that fixed, or oh, there's a lot
I
of blood
can
over
hear
here.
their voices in my head.
They're hilarious.
They
They're-
talk very calm and they say things like, well, that was odd. No, but that's not the accent. See, I can't
Right.
do it. But they were very like,
That was odd.
And so they made a show just about these cops called Wellington Paranormal. I don't know what it's on. It must be on Amazon. Find it. It's really funny, guys.
you know, it reminds me of the accent of the Nordic. Is it that other Viking show? The
Norsemen?
Norsemen. It reminds me a little bit of that accent, of the New Zealand accent. Do you
Really?
remember? Do you remember that show?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
I don't really think that sounds Australian.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, I'm not
That's Danish.
actually. I'm not actually. Well, I'm Danish. I try to practice my own accent. So yeah, when I went to Denmark last year to see my family roots, I was very, very pleased to walk into a store, and I went to go purchase something, and she started talking to me in Danish.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm not Danish. And it was very, very exciting. And
Well, you are Danish, but you just didn't speak
I
Danish.
mean, I'm not from here, but I am Danish. And then I asked one of the locals, I said, can I ask you a question? I notice a lot of people, you know, they ask me and talk to me in different language. And I just like to know, what do you think? And she said, you look 100% Danish. And that at the time I had the blonde hair, it was perfect. But I got, you know what? That was a healing for me. I needed that connection to my roots. And it was so, I had a lot of relatives and family in Copenhagen, and I haven't met anybody yet, but you know, I can go probably through ancestry.com and track them down. But it was the most comfortable I've been in a long time, like a second home. I felt like finally everybody's 5'10" and 11 and 6 foot and 1, because all the women are tall like me, and I felt so
It
comfortable.
was easy for you to buy clothes there.
And all the clothes fit my size, and I loved it. And I am obsessed with my culture.
A lot
Sorry,
of people know she's
not
almost,
sorry.
you know, you're like just like an inch and a half shy of 6 feet tall. You guys know.
Well,
I'm 6'3". And
my
she's,
youngest daughter is actually 6
Yeah,
feet,
she's London
or
now.
is she 6'1"?
She's like 5'11" now.
No, she's 6 foot.
She's 6 feet now. Yeah.
She's 6 foot.
But you're pretty close to 5'11", so people don't realize how tall you are.
Yes,
Very
Aro.
tall.
indeedy.
So the spirit shout out, is it back? You got a super chat? Okay, let's do it.
The spirit child is back, but they're not answering my question of what their mother's name is.
All right, moving on. Moving on.
Yeah. Natalia, I'm talking to you.
We have some super chats.
Okay. Super chat. Where did it go? Where did it go? Oh. Yes. Where's her name? Because it just came in. Sorry.
Okay.
This is from Tracy.
Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Risen Lady O. Sometimes I feel many energies coming in and out between the left and right of my head. Can you share who's working with me, and if you have a message? Thanks.
First, let's address the left and right. Absolutely. I do get messages coming in from one side. I don't know if they go out the other side, but they certainly come in from one side. You know, there's this thing called binaural beats, BINAURAL. On YouTube, you can find videos of binaural beats and put the headphones on. That, for lack of a better way of describing it, it has something to do with how the beats go from left in syncopation or synchronization, your left and right sides of your brain. Interesting, right? Because if you look at a pair of headphones, Tracy, they always say left or right, and some people go, what's the difference? There's a difference. Your left ear hears frequencies differently than your right ear, and that's why headphones have a left and a right side to direct you how to wear them. So let me see what's going on here. I'm just going to tune into your guides and see. I'm asking my guides. The first thing I want to say is you have a beautiful guide working with you, and this is very interesting. The way she's showing herself, and I'm saying she, it's a feminine energy guide working with you. She almost looks like she's made of leaves, but in the most elegant and beautiful way, if you imagined like a goddess made of leaves and growing. And you know how you have, what do they call that when there's leaves on the wall of a house on the outside? Are they called creepers? Okay, the way it extends and goes up the wall, her energy is like this, really beautiful. And the direction is, first of all, number one, healing for your back is what I'm getting. And I'm feeling that the spine and all of this needs some deep relaxation in when you're doing your meditation. Focus on the base of your spine all the way to the top. And she's saying, imagine that, and the name is Flora, perfect, Flora, Flora, Flora. She's kind of your gatekeeper right now. And here's a few visuals that she's showing me. So imagine these beautiful, beautiful vines, very gentle and soft, going up through your spine, and your spine coming alive and feeling the life force coming through all the way to the top of your head. And imagine even those leaves and extensions of those leaves becoming your hair and then going all out like this. You know, even in Rasta culture, your hair, you know, they believe, you know, Jah will pick you up by your braids and lift you to heaven. But also in culture.
Did you say braids?
Yeah.
People were talking about braiding and braids earlier in
Really?
the chat.
So Vikings, in India, we've had dreadlocks for thousands of years. Certainly in African culture and Native Americans, that the hair represented part of your crown chakra, and the extension that almost like your long hair became this antenna. So that philosophy really was about that you do have energy that comes up through the crown chakra. Okay. So imagine that and call on her. And yes, it's very normal about the left and right sides of the brain.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Natalia is back.
Hi, Natalia.
So she's wearing her mother's earrings.
Uh-huh.
Her mother's name was Caroline.
Yeah. Look how beautiful that is. She knows you're wearing her earrings right now. And that's what I heard. Like she's wearing my earrings. I didn't know if it was your mom or it was someone else connected to your mom, but I got you're wearing your mom's earrings, and that's her. That's fair. That's a very recent, you know, your mom could die 10 years ago, 12 years ago, and it's still a recent passing. She could pass 20 years ago and it feels recent. So, but 21 is really recent. And so just see this as this is her way of saying hello, and that she loves you and she's with you and she's enjoying this process and enjoying the pizza party. Did you give me little pieces of this?
I did. I started talking with my mouth full of food, chewing and talking with food in my mouth on my podcast. That's actually just what happened. Can't take me anywhere. Yeah, but it has a cool flavor.
Nice.
Yeah, it's nice, right?
Why did I think that mochi is ice cream?
It is ice cream.
Well, it's a kind of ice cream.
Oh.
Mochi is the What? Is that mochi?
Well, we're going to find out in Japan when we go there.
Yeah, because I remember you're taking us on a tour, and I'm really excited.
To
about
like
that.
the best mochi making place in Japan.
I just had to take a moment of silence.
You're going to see them. A crowd gathers around where they make it.
I am
Every
going
day.
to make a prediction.
What?
Official spiritual prediction.
Okay.
Metaphysical prediction coming through.
Okay.
I've talked about it with you guys many times. You already know it, but they don't know it. So the prediction is this. Everybody take a good look of what's happening here and feel it. And let me break it down for you what's happening. There's coziness going on. There's food going on. There's fun going on. There's spiritual communication, mediumship communication, loved ones communication, dream talk, playfulness, authenticity, and higher education in the world of the wizard.
At a pizza party.
At a pizza party.
In your PJs.
Everybody take a snapshot. You guys got it? Okay, this is the future. Here's why I'm predicting it. Because right now, if you go to the other channels on YouTube that are teaching spirituality, it's very serious.
Jesus Christ.
Very intense. And everybody is so hardcore.
And what does
it's
serious mean?
the end of the world, or
There's a
it's
certain
the
type of
beginning of the
seriousness.
world,
Yeah.
and everybody's having these big, strong. Yes, we are
Right.
all having big, strong emotions. That's
Right.
true.
Right.
But we also have families and real life and practice. And like my daughter just walked in and
Say
knocked
hi,
the light
Alex.
down. Hi, Alex. Say something so they know you're real, and I'm not just making it up. Oh, don't worry. I've been talking with my mouth full of food too.
Say hi.
She doesn't want
She has a mouthful of food.
Can you get me
So-
an lollipop?
You just went. That's your third one.
I'm not driving.
Okay, you guys.
It's a lot of.
Wait, don't interrupt my prediction. My prediction's important.
Okay.
So you guys, mark my words. This is the future. And right now, when people come to our channel, they're like, what are they doing? Why are they laughing? Is he giving a spiritual psychic mediumship reading right now? And like, why is she eating food? And like, what's happening?
Thank
And
you.
so what you guys are going to find out is that when everybody starts to unwind and not be so uptight and so wound up and so wound tight, and everybody starts chilling, like Paul says that he's chillaxing tonight. When everybody starts to chill the F out, what's going to happen is people can start really enjoying their day-to-day experience.
I know. I see so many mediums. I'm sorry. I've been doing this a long time. I'm 55 years old. I see so many mediums are so intense, and so they say messages that, first of all, completely make no sense to me. oh, your grandmother's apologizing to you. No, they never apologize.
They're partying.
Let me tell you something
They've
yeah.
graduated this earth school.
Let me tell you why they never apologize. They do make peace. They want to say, they show as an offering. But anytime I hear a medium, and some of the even more well-known mediums do this, they're apologizing. They don't apologize because those mediums miss complete universal truths. The soul continues to evolve. They're still on a journey. They're working with their spirit guides. They know that you and them have a soul contract. Maybe they were supposed to be mean to you. Maybe you were mean to them in a past life. Maybe they were supposed to leave you in this life, never be in your life. Maybe you did that to them. And it's constant back and forth as you both are working out different karmic principles, karmic energy. Your life on earth is not here. You're not here to get what you want and check all the boxes off the list. That's to the side. You're here for your soul's evolution. And your evolution means that you're not really coming from right and wrong. Your evolution is coming from how deep can you go within and how far can you expand your consciousness. That's what nature does. Look at anywhere. Look at a tree. The top of a tree is the same as the bottom of a tree, but you can't see it because it's under the soil. It goes down and then it spreads out. What happens above the soil? It goes up and it spreads out. So this is the symmetry, the balance, the yin and the yang of the universe. So a lot of mediums out there are just, they're so intense and they're so...
Yeah. So let's talk about the people who say the end times are near.
They said that 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 3,000 years ago. They said it to Noah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They've been saying it since the Phoenicians. They've been saying it since the Kemets. There's the end times. It's the end times.
Right.
We're having a big upgrade. We're having a huge shift. Yes, true. Well, we always do. We've been having big shifts and upgrades for eternity. Do your homework and research. Do your history. Read your history books. Not just the United States.
Right.
Everybody's history books in every culture, and then just take the real stuff out of that because it's all political.
Stuff, right?
You got to feel it. You got to tune into it. You got to listen to your channels. You got to
History is written by those who won.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
So you always have to read between the lines. But the point is, the reason that it's so important to us that we stay authentic to our truth, and even though people are not used to it yet, except for you all, because you know exactly what we're doing. But those of those people who come in and they're like, oh, this is weird, and they leave, it's okay. You'll be back because you're going to want this cozy, yummy, happy, celebratory, chillin' feeling, because that's who you really are. That's who you've always been. That's where you started from, and you're coming full circle back. And have we all experienced trauma? Absolutely. Is it really real? Absolutely. Did we really go through it? Absolutely. Were we broken into millions of pieces? Yes, we were. Did we rebirth and come back and find ourselves and created a new center and reconnected to who we really are? Yes, we did. What are we actually showing you here on the show? How to do that. And give yourself permission. And it's okay. You're not actually the weird ones. Can I tell you something? Here's a part of my prediction. You are the future, y'all. You are futuristic. You are 10 years into the future. Welcome to our club. Welcome to the Astro Lounge. Welcome to our vibration, because where we're at, we're looking and waiting for everybody else to catch up that there's a party going on. You do not have to wait till you cross over and go to the other side. You can go ahead and you can graduate now. And why don't you give yourself permission to be yourself? Be happy. Who doesn't want a happy person? Go into a room and smile. Is that going to hurt anyone? To laugh, crack jokes. Be your true self. Don't be intimidated by seriousness. Don't be intimidated by people who want to make you quiet and small and put you in this little corner. You say, no, I want to do accents, and I want to do the fan, and I want to do snacks, and I want to do whatever I want. And you can.
Yeah.
And that's why I do the Southern Belle, lady. Yeah, so I'm the Southern Belle tonight, and that's why I give myself permission to go in and out of all my lives, and that's just what I do.
Right, that was amazing.
And that's, mark my words, you guys are the future, and don't you all forget it. And so you can look back at these archives 10 years out and you'll go, damn, these people had it. And they knew all along that people were going to get sick and tired of everything that's going on. And everybody's going to say, you know what? I just want to have a good time in my life. I just want to feel good, look good, enjoy my freedom. And that is exactly what I'm going to do. And that is exactly what's happening, baby doll. Yoo-hoo!
This
My millennial daughter's over here on the floor crying.
crying, turning red with laughter and embarrassment all at once.
She's half of her is like, yeah, mom, say it. The other half of her is like, oh my God.
But you know
Well,
what?
it's 90% embarrassment, 10%, yeah, mom.
But you know
All
what?
the accents. You can't do the accent. Everything but the accent.
Crikey, Alex.
Crikey.
What's the problem?
Do you even know where crikey comes from?
No, I have no idea.
I had a friend from Birmingham, England, who used to say crikey all the time.
Yeah,
Crikey.
crikey.
Do we have anybody from England watching now? Wonder.
I think it's
Well, if you're uncomfortable with accents, Alex, we just went through a whole series of accents.
Except me. Because I don't like to talk in voices.
Really hates doing that.
Yeah, I hate letting voices take over.
I have a super chat. Whenever
Let's go for it. I'm ready. I'm ready. I've been ready.
Okay, so hippie love. Yes,
Happy love.
her birthday is based on the 5th.
Beautiful.
So gift to myself.
Thank you.
Question: I've been feeling unstable and worried about our finances, and I would love a message regarding this.
Let me tap into that. Yasmin. Look, there's been a lot of talk over the last 20 years about what people call the law of attraction, about keeping your vibration high and allowing yourself to really be in a feel-good state rather than this spiraling downwards of there's never enough, and repeating that just creates more lack. And then some people have a problem with working with the law of attraction because they feel like they're just trying to convince themselves of something that isn't true. And I would say to you that that's very interesting, because it's not that it isn't true, it's that showing you how to work with energy, and that the energy that you stay in it's like your peace is where you plant your flag. You don't plant your flag in when money comes, then I'll be at peace. Yeah, things will be taken care of, but you also have known throughout your life that sometimes when money is going well, or anything in your life is going well, then suddenly the anxiety turns to how long can I keep this state going? Or I've got the money now. I have clients who never have to worry about money the rest of their lives, but they still do. Why? Because they say, what if somehow I lose it? Now that anxiety kicks in. Or somebody meets the love of their life after waiting for 20 years and they're so happy, and then that lasts only a few months because now they turn that. The new anxiety is, how can I keep them? Do they really love me? Where is this relationship going? Can I trust them? Can I trust myself? And then the honeymoon is over. So this question that you're asking means that you're right almost there of taking the shackles off and the enslavement of the feeling of lack, which is, of course, it's paralyzing. It weighs you down. It slows you down. And you're not at your best. When your vibration is down, it doesn't feel like you. It feels familiar because you've been there before, but it doesn't feel like the true you. So the true you is the abundant one.
Wow, you just dropped gems.
Did I?
That was a major gem.
So yeah, you'll have to scroll back and listen to this one, because I'm just kind of stream of consciousness for Yasmin's birthday or rebirth day. Here's a message for you, besides the first part. Imagine that there's a day where you feel like you really need to work and make money and do something to make your finances bigger. For some people who are entrepreneurs, it means like promoting themselves more, or spending the day on the phone and calling clients and making calls and trying to land deals and do the work. Put your nose to the grindstone. Well, you won't have a nose anymore if your nose is on the grindstone. You lose your sense of smell. You won't look good. Someone says, well, but I don't have money to pay these big things that are coming up. How can I can't take a day off. I would say, no, now you definitely need to take a day off. You need to reconnect with fun and energy. Maybe you need to go to the beach today. Maybe you need to go up into the mountains. Maybe you need to go to the amusement park. Oh, but that's expensive. No, shouldn't I invest that money in something else? I'm like, if you invest in feeling good, You invest in feeling better. The vibration rises, and then you have to stay in that vibration. You can't, like, let's say I say, go to the hey, Yasmin, you want to make more money? Go to the amusement park and spend some money and have fun. Now, let's say that you do that, but you do it inside. You're like, Riz told me to do this. I'm going to do it because I'm spiritual and I got to go do it. So I had fun, but the bills are still there the next day. Then you didn't do it right. There has to be a sense of abandonment happening. There has to be a sense of relief, a sense of joy, because that vibration doesn't lie. That vibration travels out into the world and calls abundance. And I've seen it a million times. I've seen it happen with friendships, with relationships, with health, with wellness, with reconnecting to people from the past, with making money, with creative ideas. You have to be in that state, that open state. Lack is a closed state. So sometimes the best investment is to have fun if you can keep that vibration. You can't do it and then feel guilty. Sometimes the best thing is someone goes, well, so I had a friend of mine, I'll give you another example. And, he was doing pretty well and he was telling me what car he was getting. And he's like, I'm going to get this car. But I really wanted the Benz. I wanted to lease the Benz. I said, oh, dude, really? You can do it, huh? He's like, no, it's like, I don't know, whatever, a few $100 more a month. And I said, you should do it. He goes, yeah, but I'm really cutting it close, Riz. I'm really cutting it close. How could I do that? I said, if you get the car that makes you feel amazing, you'll get more clients. But you have to, when you get that nicer car, you have to live it. You got to start dressing. You got to match that car. You got to match your smile has to match when you're driving the car. The way you walk to the car has to change. And let me tell you, this guy was amazing. He did it. And he probably made 5 times the amount of money in the next few years, get a business here in LA. And I believe it was because of that time I gave him that message, which was step into it. Don't get the nicer car and then be like, how can I keep it? That is going to lift you, not you move into a nicer house and it's more expensive. You don't go, how am I going to keep this house up? Let the house's better vibration feed you to lift your vibration. You see, it's the other way around. The house now supports you. The feeling of abundance, joy, and having fun supports you rather than the other way around. And what I'm feeling is you're just letting yourself shrink and letting yourself kind of freeze and watch it all happen. And that's not how it works. So happy rebirthday, Yasmin.
And I have something for you also. So on the chats, Steve Miller was mentioned, the name Steve Miller, and the song Abracadabra. And I have chills now because that's my dad's name. And so now we have to play Abracadabra. Erica, cue it up. Ooh, I got chills. You have to play it.
No.
Oh, you have a mic. Put it towards the mic so we can hear. Yeah? Burning flame.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Isn't that amazing how that happens with names?
He just came through to say hello.
Her dad's name is Steve
Paul
Miller.
somehow heard the song.
Yeah.
Somebody else started talking about Steve Miller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cannot believe. Woo. Cannot. What's a pizza party without music?
True that.
Mm-hmm.
True that.
True that.
What else we got?
I got a question for you, Lady O.
Yes.
So Dana.
Yes.
From Newport Beach. That's her tagline.
Uh-huh.
She had a 2-for question.
Mm-hmm.
The first part of her question was she wanted to know when she might meet her future partner, her great love. But then the other part of her question, very unrelated, but maybe not. She wanted to know what your perspective is on Bigfoot.
Thank you very much for that question. Riz will take the first part of the question. I'll take the second part. And I want to let everybody know, Riz has been doing this a long time. I just got on the bandwagon. This is half a gallon. I go through 2 of these
1
a
gallon.
day. No, this is half a gallon. This is half a gallon.
That's half.
That's half. So you need to do 1 or 2 of these a
1
day
gallon of water a day.
to just reach where you're supposed to be at. And I know some people say, well, you don't have to necessarily drink water because it's in the fruit. And yes, to an extent, I understand that concept. But just to be safe, to flush out toxins, it's really good for
With
detoxing.
electrolytes.
With electrolytes, Dr. Berg. We don't sell this product, but I could probably create that situation. But I just want to let everybody know I've gone through a lot of mugs and jugs to get to the right one. So these are kind of like, it's called BUZIO, and it's like a steel inside, and it has this handle, and Riz has one very similar.
Mine's
And
even bigger.
no, it's the same size.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and let me tell you guys, it is a game changer, life changer. I thought it was going to be too heavy, but it's not so bad. And I always know if I'm filling it twice, I'm doing good. So just keep that in mind.
Stay hydrated. And you know something, by the way, this is also for you guys who are practicing your psychic development. People ask me all the time, is there something special I eat for my third eye and psychic development besides barbecue chicken pizza from California Pizza Kitchen? And yes, there is, besides that amazing superfood.
2 barbecue pizzas.
And
I think too.
by the way, happy birthday
Oh,
to
right,
everybody
too.
who's
Okay.
having a birthday. Happy birthday to everybody who's having a birthday today. There's a couple of people here in the chats that are having birthdays. So let me talk about Bigfoot real quick. I'm just going to do bullet points.
Wait, I was going to finish that point about water and for your psychic
Oh yeah.
awareness, staying hydrated, and I would say like really well hydrated. Yes, 2 of those every single day with electrolytes. My personal belief in electrolytes, I like the word electro in the electrolytes because you are made of energy, and those parts of nature transmitting energy, conducting energy within the body, feeling alive, more living foods, make those, of course, a part of your diet. I'm not telling you how to eat. I'm just telling you things that you should definitely have as a part of your diet. But water, number one. There's also something I really like for the body that you guys can look up. It's called D-ribose, D-ribose, R-I-B-O-S-E. It's a simple sugar, but your body uses it immediately for the production of ATP, which is really basically how your mitochondria and all that makes energy, blah, 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 blah. Look it up. I like a brand called Douglas Labs, which is amazing. Again, we're not like paid by these companies. I wish we were, but we're not. I just like to share what I like. And over 25 years of studying wellness, longevity, and anti-aging and working out and all of that. These are like my personal list of supplements that are great for you.
I just dropped a link to our Spiritual Relief Kit 2-week energy cleanse that lists every single supplement we take and every single powder, every single amino acid, everything we take. Okay. And it also the fruits, the superfoods, and all the things that we consume daily so that we can keep up the energetic load that goes in and out and all the things that we do. So if you guys are curious, there's link is in the chat. And if you just want to get accustomed or used to it so that maybe you can try it on yourself, that would be great.
Just tuning in and you don't know us, Araya has birthed 5 children through this body. Okay, she's 52
through this body,
not just in her
not any other bodies.
Life bodies. Yeah. But you have, and none of them were twins. Okay.
Yep.
So you understand about hormone fluctuation.
Yep.
You understand about mind-body connection.
Yep.
And weight loss and all of these things.
Yes, and weight gain.
And
thank you, menopause.
Everything
in between. So
right?
I'm 52 in May.
I'll be 56.
My birthday's May 8th. I'll be 52.
I'll be 56 on August 20th.
Yes.
And what?
Killing the game, guys.
Killing the game.
Living the game.
Who wants to talk about Bigfoot?
Guys.
Alex, can you go get my
Somebody
Bigfoot
you to talk
toy?
about
It's
your.
right
Yeah,
there.
so Dana wants to know.
Dana, how long have you got?
Wait, I have a Bigfoot.
Well, remember, she also wants to know when she's gonna meet the love of her life.
Okay. Fine. Let's do that one first.
All she's gonna be thinking about.
Abracadabra. Reach out and... That's how you're gonna attract your next mate, girl.
Ooh.
Put a smile on your face, girl, and be happy and joyful and radiate and beam light, because who doesn't want to be in your presence when you do that?
You're right.
Correct.
Okay, so Bigfoot talk.
Bigfoot talk. Here's baby Bigfoot.
That's how much she's into Bigfoot, that she has that.
I have blankets, stickers, everything Bigfoot. So I never paid attention to Bigfoot. It wasn't a big deal for me. I was just a lore, a folklore, a story. And one day I had a connection with Bigfoot. I felt a actual communication came through. And in that moment, I connected to the consciousness of this being, and it changed my life. And since I am an alien experiencer, and if you're curious, there's a book and there's a story and there's a lot of things you can find on YouTube on it. And I've been on podcasts talking about my alien experience and my surgery. But since then, my antenna's pretty high. I'm kind of like a target. So I was able to connect to these other consciousnesses that are here in this 3D dimension. And these beings, these Bigfoots, Sasquatch, and Yetis are all interconnected. They do grid work. They are from the top of the top regions of the planet to the bottom. They live in every kind of topography, including snow, mountainous regions, forests, dense forests. In the United States, there's hotspots. North Carolina's up there, north, New York, Canada, the Yukon, especially out here towards the northwest. Areas in the desert, there's some Sedona, like mountainous ranges, Colorado. There's been sightings even in the bayou. And we're just talking about the United States.
Oh, right, in the bayou.
Texas. There's sightings.
New York.
And the thing is that I love the most, you guys, and not just the fact that they're psychic beings, not just the fact that they blip in and out and come in and out of view when you're talking to them or looking at them or seeing them in person from the people who have seen them in person. And then they're running and all of a sudden they're gone. It's not just that, but the fact that they are actually, they've been here most definitely, probably before we even arrived. Some believe that they're from the center of the earth in a different dimension. Extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they work with us. Humans are very aware of us, very intelligent, and they understand who we are. They understand what's happening. They have families. They have colonies. They have their groups, and they have. It's just like
Facebook
how we.
groups.
Yeah, it's just kind of like. Did you just say Facebook group? The story. So like sometimes I'll binge and I'll watch like. There's times I've gone like 3 years watching
Amazon Prime with that guy Riz and Lady O on Amazon Prime, where there's a show where they go looking for Bigfoot.
Yeah.
So you guys have not seen our show on Amazon?
That's
Look up Paranormal
right.
Road Trip. Go to Amazon, guys. and type
Paranormal Road Trip.
in with Riz and Lady O.
You'll find it on Amazon and Tubi and Google Play
Apple
and
TV.
Apple TV
Yeah.
and I
Did
think
you guys
there's-
know that?
and YouTube Films. And you'll find it's a 5-episode series where we went back east and we did a full investigation of some haunted locations and we
Sleepy Hollow.
did some Bigfoot hunting and we saw the habitat. We were able to see the crosses where they communicate and put the branches together. You can see it all on camera. But which was a dream come true for me, actually. Once you've been touched, so this is a belief I have in other experiencers of Bigfoot. Once you have been touched by Bigfoot, and once your soul has been tap, 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 chosen, little tap on the shoulder, and they connect with you, you never are the same again and you never look back. And you are entering into a deeper realm of communication. Now, what is the purpose behind it? I believe the purpose of Bigfoot communicating with humans is because the ones that are, and you can go do your own research on this because I've really paid attention to the other experiencers and other people who have had their lives completely changed, rearranged their entire world to pursue this. And some people just can continue with their normal life, but a lot of people give up what they're doing to go pursue this because that's how much it affects them. Some people see them in person, some people it's psychic, but nevertheless, the purpose, I believe, is Bigfoot reaches out to those who have very open hearts, open souls, people who are very much in the exploration of life and they want to know more. And so there's a communication and there's a reason. And it's because of this. We believe if you're doing healing work, like us, but also there's people who are healers, like people who are in the service industry in other vocations. It doesn't have to be holistic. It could be a chef. It could be a painter. It could be somebody who's just bringing goodwill and love and light to anywhere you go, right? I truly believe, and I think Riz believes this too, that we are like holding down, like crystals, we hold down the grid and all these different parts of the world, this energetic grid where we're all connected. We're all connected around the world. All of us are all connected with the same belief system that we are putting love, light, healing, freedom first. Now, because this is a more altruistic and healing way of life, and because it's more advanced, and because there's more consciousness involved and more intelligence, the Bigfoot, Sasquatch energy can reach out and connect to you, and they can talk to you because they themselves are not looking for trouble. As you can see, they're not over here trying to do anything to us. So they have their own grounded, kind of almost crystalline energy where they stand and hold the grid. And if you are doing your work, you're also in communication and holding down the grid. So you guys don't even realize the power centers that you are made up of so much water and electricity. You do not understand the crystalline energy that you are, and the star seeds and the star material that's in your cells that is actually scientifically proven. You cannot see the magnetism with your own eyes that you promote
for a second, because I've been thinking about that.
And your auric field.
The magnetism between people, how when people do synchronize, women synchronize, they live together, and their menstrual cycles will align.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, look.
So there is
all of our views dropped when I was talking about Bigfoot. I love when that happens, because when people get freaked out, they're like, oh, I can't watch this, and they leave. I love that, because eventually one day,
maybe Bigfoot got him.
Yeah. One day they're going to go, oh my God. Anyway.
Well, there's lots of stuff to talk about in that realm, but certainly about when we talk about energy and how human beings align. With women, they align through their moon cycle. That starts to synchronize. Everything starts to synchronize when we get together, and it happens even without us knowing. It happens on a subconscious level. Now, subconscious is still a consciousness. It's not like saying it's a lower form of consciousness. It's like, oh, that's your subconscious. That's where only bad stuff resides. No, your subconscious is not this foreboding place where only bad stuff resides. Your subconscious, it is like this well of knowledge. No one ever says this to you. They just keep telling you that your subconscious is some uncontrollable beast that is going to ruin your life. But you have many subconscious beliefs that are very powerful and positive, that have kept you going, and you don't even know that they're there. So let's stop being afraid of the subconscious and understand that the moment that you begin to accept it and not be afraid of it, suddenly you begin to have more knowledge and your expansion happens. Remember earlier I said about the tree? So do you think that the tree only matters what's above the soil, or do the roots matter and how it's growing down and then out? So what if we call the subconscious that? That's what the subconscious looks like. It doesn't mean that it's less than. In fact, it is connected, rooted, and it's in an infinite circuit of this never-ending consciousness, right? So that is really important for me to talk about. And when people talk about these things that they say are unknown, are UFOs real?
Yeah.
Look, it's all coming out now, guys.
Yeah.
It's all coming out. Just turn on C-SPAN, look at the Senate hearings, look at the congressional hearings on alien disclosure and the whistleblowers that are coming out. It's a very, very exciting time.
Yeah, because everything is getting reevaluated. Everything that you
Psychics
thought
are being validated on the congressional floor. They're telling the senators and the congresspeople that we have hired as the military psychics. They call them psionic agents. Psionic means.
But you're a psionic agent.
I am a psionic agent. I would call an independent contractor. I don't work for the government, but I would say this, that psionics is the study of these abilities, where bionics are about the physical body and then psionics about the psychic reality. So they're talking about it openly, guys. It's happening right there under your nose.
So it sounds like they're very close to getting to the point where they can start saying, hey, maybe these extraterrestrial beings might be able to communicate through a human.
No, they are saying that.
Not just as a psychic, but as a trance channel.
That'll be next.
They'll get to us. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll wait.
We'll wait.
And the government will finally go, you mean extraterrestrials have been communicating through shamans since the beginning of time? What? And that's what will happen.
They already know that. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
It's
it
just
will
that-
be
that- it's just
validated.
sort of like congressmen don't know it, but certainly in the military, they've been using psychics. They have been using channelers. They've been using remote viewers. And it's all starting to come out. And these files have been in the CIA declassified from 50 years ago, guys, and they're out there. So what you guys have always believed in and suspected and have experienced in your own life now is out here in the open. That's why we're doing what we're doing and having pizza while we're doing it, because we're chilling. Like, told you, and told you.
That's correct.
And that being said, let's ring the bell, because that concludes us. for
Yeah.
today.
I hope you guys had a really good time and have some fun with us. And we had a lot of fun with y'all. And we can't wait to come back. And we're going to come back right here
Right
and
here.
another pizza party. And maybe I'll have some other snacks. So make sure you bring your snacks and you got to let me know what you're having. And we're going to get cozy and we're going to keep on going with this conversation. So we will see you all next Sunday or the following Sunday.
We'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
It'll be a surprise.
Hit that
Surprise.
notification bell so you know when we're coming on, because sometimes we're going to surprise you. Guys, leave
Yeah.
comments and leave likes and share these videos. Click share and send links to your friends, because help us to spread the word about this show and let people start to awaken that, you know, they know what you're talking about now and they get it. Join in on the
Correct.
fun, okay?
Yes.
So do me a solid and send it to a couple of people, all our loyal viewers out there.
Yeah, if everybody sends it to 3 people, that would help us
We would love that.
tremendously.
Thank
Thank
you.
you
We
very
appreciate
much.
that.
All right, see y'all later.